Hey everyone, this is Joe Hall, and I'm here with my review of SmallDemons.com. This is a really innovative concept because it's kind of like a content site, but it's also kind of like a Wikipedia or a wiki type of site. But basically, the premise behind Small Demons is they catalog different books. And so you can see here they have a lot of books listed on the front page. But what they do then is they then make a list of different things that are found inside the books. So when I say things, I mean nouns. So people, places, or things. So for example, let's just look at a few books here. On the front page, they have uh, a few featured books, and let's click on The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo right here. And when we select a book on the site, it takes us to a page that's completely dedicated to the book. So here is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It has its own page. It tells the series, if it's a series, the author, it has a link to the author's page. And then if it was made into a movie, it lists that as well. It then lists all the other series in the book. But then this is where it gets really cool. Okay, so it will list people that are mentioned in the book. So we've got Elvis Presley, Jesus Christ, a bunch of other folks. It splits these people up into individuals, groups, or organizations. So here's groups that are listed in the book, or companies. So they list the companies as like individual entities that are in the book. Um, and then below this, it has places mentioned in the book. They've got a great interactive Google map here with all the different places that are mentioned. And then each place has an image. Uh, Underneath that is music that's found in the book. So we've got Dizzy Gillespie, uh, movies, TV shows, other books that are mentioned in the book, vehicles, which is any transportation uh, device or gadgets. So we've got laptops, cameras, clothing, weapons, and then an area called Other Things, which looks just like miscellaneous things. Um, but what's really cool about this is that each object or each noun that's found in the book has its own individual page. So, for example, if we click on Elvis Presley here, it takes us to a page all about Elvis Presley. And then it shows us other books that Elvis Presley has been mentioned in. And it gives us the quote in which Elvis Presley was mentioned. Um, it then shows other musicians that have been mentioned in books, and I'm assuming that because this is still in beta, these musicians will become more related to the musician that we're actually looking at. Um, but like I said, each noun that's found in the book, we're back at the book page here, has its own individual page. So Elvis has a page. Then if we go down to the places, and let's say we click on London, it takes us to a page. Um, it is a little slow. I'm assuming maybe because they're just starting out. But it takes us to a page all about London, and it shows us books that have mentioned London. And then for each book of the passage where London is mentioned, it takes us to a map of London, images of, I guess, different London neighborhoods, and then other referenced cities as well. It also has a place where you can share your feedback if something is wrong. that kind of thing. Overall, it's a really, really cool site. Uh, you don't have to browse by book. You can browse just by actual objects. So here we're on things, and if we wanted to, we could just click Coca-Cola, and it would bring up all of the information related to Coca-Cola. So here we're on Coca-Cola's page. It has all the books that Coca-Cola has been mentioned in. I'm assuming that they'll list other aspects of Coca-Cola as the site grows. Um, I think that it's a really, really cool concept. As you can see on every page, they have a buy on Amazon link. I'm assuming that they'll be monetizing this through Amazon's affiliate program. Um, and I think it's a really awesome concept to get a more well-rounded idea of your favorite books, and also a unique way to kind of present different product offerings that are associated with each book. However, there is one relatively large problem, and that is this. Um, this is a huge, huge project. There's no way they're going to be able to devote as much time as needed to fully develop a library size worth of content. So, for example, let's take a look at one of my favorite books, Catcher in the Rye, and this is a famous classic book, and they have it listed. They have Catcher in the Rye listed here, uh, but there's very little on the page. There's one uh, book that's mentioned, Catcher in the Rye, but there's not a whole lot else on the page. Um, and for some weird reason they actually have the character's name here, Holden Caulfield. Um, and again, there's hardly anything listed here on this page. So this is just an example of how big of a project this is. This is a relatively well-known book, Catcher in the Rye, but they don't have very much information listed for it. And the reason is because it's such a huge project. There are millions upon millions of books, and each book has intricate details that they're going to have to go through and catalog. So I'm not really sure of how they're going to be able to make this scale at a rate that is parallel with the average consumer. If you open up, even within a year, and people start searching for their favorite books, and they can't find what the site promises, then it could be um, kind of dead before it even starts. But I really love the concept. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it, and I urge you all to go ahead and sign up for a beta right now. Thanks a lot.